Hello everyone, today I'll share with you a crucial topic to get high paying job. So today I'll cover what is Flutter Clean Architecture, why you need to use Clean Architecture, and awesome extension and plugin to create project structure without writing code manually. So let's get started. So what is Flutter Clean Architecture? The concept of clean architecture was defined by Robert Martin, whose main idea is to separate architecture into loosely coupled layers. Thereby, we have a good, supportable, readable, and testable project. Clean architecture refers to organizing the project so that it is easy to understand and easy to change as the project grows. It's usually three layers are defined. Domain layer. This layer is responsible for business logic. Data layer. This layer is responsible for communicating with server side or database and data management logic. Presentation layer. There is no business logic processing on this layer. Domain layer contains entities, use cases, and repository interfaces. The domain layer would be written purely in Dirt without any Flutter elements. The reason is that the domain should only be concerned with the business logic of the application, not with the implementation details. This also allows for easy migration between platforms should any uses arise. Entities that include business objects of the application, for example, location, user with their data members. Use cases combine data from one or multiple repositories. The use case is a class where should we have application-specific business rules. Repositories that includes abstract classes that define the expected functionality of outer layers. Data layer is responsible for data retrieval. This can be in the form of API calls to a server or a local database. It also contains repository implementations. Data sources implement logic of data access from different sources such as network, database, disk, etc. Models represent of JSON structure that allows us to interact with our data sources. Repositories contain queries and mutations for a specific data model and can decide from which data source gets data. For example, request it from network or get data from cache. Presentation layer, it contains the UI and the event handlers of the UI. Widget notify block of events such as screen display and user touch events and listen to the events emitted from block as well. Block receive events from view and execute use case according to event if necessary. Emit the data received from use case to view. Block doesn't know about view at all. That's all about three layers. The structure also contains one more layer, that is core, that is responsible for exception, failure, etc. I hope you understand this concept. If it's look difficult, don't worry, you will see in depth in next tutorial. Now the next point is why we need to use clean architecture. Well, good architecture is key to building a modular, scalable, maintainable, and testable application. Clean architecture is a core architecture for many applications nowadays, mainly because it allows to separate business logic and skills well. Finally, it is concluded that for applications that tend to grow and remain for many years, the clean architecture approach is a good solution to use. Now we will see an extension for VS Code and a plugin for Android Studio to create project structure that we discussed earlier. In VS Code, you can find an extension Flutter feature scaffolding. We just need to install it. After that, we are ready to use it. Now let's see in practical. So select the lib directory and you can see Bloc new feature. Click on it and put a name, for example album, and enter. That's it. We created a new feature without writing code manually. That saves lots of time. Now we can implement our business logic in there easily. In Android Studio, we can find a plugin Clean Architecture for Flutter. We just need to install it. After that, select the lib directory, new, clean generator, and then Flutter. Put a feature name whatever you want. That's it. That's all for today. If you found my tutorial helpful, thumbs up the tutorial and subscribe my channel to get next tutorial. Thank you. See you soon.